thousands of people that came to the city to find better ways and methods to teach, to work, and certainly those delegates that went to the convention, to the Congress, are better equipped to do a job for all of us. We salute you, Mr. Robert Gates. Now, those of you that want that special Independence Day haircut, go to Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King in Oklahoma City. And while you're there, you can go over to Freedom Center and get you a catfish dinner or a chicken dinner. Aren't you excited? Because it's Independence Day celebration. And we have a show for you today like you have never seen before. Congratulations are coming in from all over this nation for Miss Black Oklahoma. The Miss Black Oklahoma pageant was held last Saturday night, at the Great Hall of the Myriad Convention Center. One young lady was crowned Miss Black Oklahoma and will represent Oklahoma at the National Miss Black America pageant. Who is the young lady? Well, we are going to find out today during the Clara Luper radio show. Hometown IGA would like to congratulate the new Miss Black Oklahoma. Hometown IGA is open 24 hours for your convenience at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. There's a big meat sale going on, all at Hometown IGA. Go by and pick up your ribs. Let's get ready and let's celebrate. Congratulations to Miss Black Oklahoma comes from Dr. A.L. Dow at 934 Northeast 8th Street. For 26 years, Dr. Dow has supported the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, and he is a proud man. And we would like to welcome aboard the Miss Black Oklahoma supporting team, Mrs. Deborah Jackson and her staff from Passion Home Health Care Incorporated, located at 3838 Northwest 36th Street, Suite 200. Now, those of you that have a pencil and you need someone that needs special home care, I want you to call Passion Home Health Care Incorporated, 943-5779. Congratulations and smiles to Miss Black Oklahoma from Mrs. Gloria Matthews and Mr. Paul Matthews, the owners of Johnson Shardina's Daycare Center, located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street. The telephone number is 424-4656. And Johnson Shardina's Clubhouse Children's Center, located at 2611 North Martin Luther King. Now, that telephone number is 427-5274. They will take children between the ages of 6 and 13. They welcome drop-ins. They play games, basketball, volleyball, crochet, horseshoes, all kinds of games. They take field trips once a week, breakfast, lunch, and snack from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, the most exciting part of this is the fact that they have qualified teachers, DHS approved. And be sure that when you take your child up there, your child has had the proper immunization shots. They are now taking out applications, and you may call 427-5274, 427-7856, or 424-4656. Give me a free hand. Give me a free hand. Call 946-8928. Now, you don't have to go shopping by yourself. You don't have to worry about a thing, because Give Me a Free Hand will take care of you and will take care of business. Our program today is in honor of Miss Black, Oklahoma. There will be a reception given in her honor tomorrow at Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It will be from 4 to 6. And you will have the opportunity to congratulate Miss Black, Oklahoma, and the 1998 Page of the Year, Antoinette Jackson. You will have that opportunity. And it's a young man that I want to call your attention to. There was a group of people that went to the Freedom Center and visited the Black History Monument. And there was a game on who could name the largest number of people out of that 100 that was on the monument. And the winner was Jonathan Smith from Edmond, Oklahoma. Jonathan Smith looked at that list and went clear down. Jonathan Smith. And the young lady that won was Cremishala Cross. And many of you remember her as a speaker, as a page. But I want you to remember her as a person, a young lady that knew more about black history and white history, which it's all mixed together on that monument. Now, I don't know whether you are taking your children up to look at the monument. I don't know whether you're teaching your children about the fact that it was President Kennedy that became the first president to say that segregation was morally wrong. I don't know whether you have taught your children that it was Lyndon B. Johnson, from the great state of Texas that signed the Civil Rights Bills of 1964 and 65. Well, Jonathan Smith and Cremishala Cross know all about that, and they are going to move ahead of your children if you don't get them up to that monument and learn some history. This is the Clara Luper radio show. I would like to thank Bobby Battle, who did a terrific job for me last Saturday. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. And that's really something. Progress is when you can leave your business and leave it in good hands. But Bobby Battle is just like Allstate. And he's took it. Oh, he has good hands. Thank you, Bobby, wherever you are. Yes, this program is dedicated to Miss Black, Oklahoma. Now, I asked you for 19,000 bricks, and you gave me 21,000 bricks. You gave me bricks, and I want to thank you, because today I want you to come to Freedom Center. I want you to come there because I want you to see the bricks. I want you to see that there is a monument there, just like we promised you. I want you to know that those signs and those historical dates on the wall are being replaced there in black and white where they can last for 100 years. And we need your support. I ask you to support me. And those of you out in Radio Land said, okay, I'm going to support you. And you did. I told each one of you that we wanted to finish the job. We wanted to finish the job because it's a shame that in Oklahoma, all of its history, that we have not perpetuated our own history. That's a shame. Maybe we've been too busy doing everything else. And one thing I admire about people that love history, because if you don't know where you've been, you sure can't know where you have to go. And the worst thing in the world for you to be standing around saying, we haven't done nothing. Black people haven't done nothing. And I heard somebody say something about what the black preachers haven't done. I heard somebody talking about they are doing something, they are collecting money. I haven't heard anybody say anything about the white ministers. Why? Who has questioned Joan feeding the children? And that's what I want to see you do. If you're going to question one group, be fair, because what money has come in on the east side would not fill a teacup in what has happened on the other side of town. But I haven't heard anybody say anything about it. Who's getting the food? I haven't heard. What, are you scared to talk about the other side? Or why don't you go down and investigate. That would be a good thing. But let me tell you some people that will be going up on the south side of the building, and it will be the most beautiful thing that you have ever seen in your life. Attorney Amos T. Hall, civil rights lawyer, a Masonic leader. Because you remember I asked you to call in or send in some names, and you did it. Thank you. Emily Freeman. Every teacher in Oklahoma City should rush to Freedom Center today, buy some catfish dinners, leave a donation, because it was this black woman whose case, NACP case, went to the judge, and the judge ruled and spoke to Oklahoma City's Board of Education and said, you must give black teachers the same salary as you are paying white teachers. She earns her place. Judge McDonald walked the streets asking people to sign petitions in order that they could remove the word Negro off the ballot. Because it used to be when you go to vote, they had your name, and then behind your name, they had Negro. And that's what Judge McDonald did. Freddie Mae Stevens, who turned the pages of history, who taught, who made dolls, who showed that black people can produce. We can become builders in place of those that were tear down. Blanche and Tom Norman, who gave to this community Tom's Barbecue, showing that you can do it in spite of conditions. Blanche and Tom standing tall in the economic area of this city. Not only did Blanche and Tom sell barbecue to all races, educated children, helped and support life members of NACP. William Hunter, the first black to serve on the board of directors for Tinkerfield's Credit Union, and then became the first one to be elected president of that credit union. What an achievement. Evelyn Pittman. Or when I think of the McPherson, YWCA, I think of Evelyn Pittman directing music, directing concerts, taking people that couldn't sing and showing them that they could sing. Evelyn Pittman going all over this country for a very special reason. And that mission was to give to the world the best in music. Bishop Alonzo Ponder, one of the top bishops in this nation. A bishop that has stood tall, helped people, educated people. Yes, Bishop Ponder, you have earned your place on that historical wall. Mr. Ed Goodwin, the editor of the Oklahoma Eagle out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, who provided leadership in a paper and who passed it on to his children. What a day. Yes, they are going to be there. Mr. A.M. Hamlin, the first black elected official in the state of Oklahoma, and who did a job. Dr. G.E. Finley, who not only ministered to those that didn't have any money, but also ministered to the people in Africa. A strong man, a doctor that's sensitive to the needs of this community. Mrs. M.L. Sanders, a missionary. Not only did she serve as a missionary down in Holdenville, Oklahoma, but she took the name Sanders all over the United States and then went to Africa as a missionary. You own your place on the wall. Mr. J.J. Simmons, a businessman, a strong businessman, one that opened doors that no one could close, one that spread his oil business into Nigeria and other parts of Africa. Judge Robertson, the first appointed judge in the state of Oklahoma from Muskogee. And Clara McFall, the first black to serve on the jury. Reverend John A. Reed, who served as president of many organizations, but he is remembered by his dedication to civil rights and certainly by his support of any organization that would benefit his people. Calvin What a challenge. And today I'm going to ask you to come up to Freedom Center, leave a donation not only to help finish the job, but to send for the let's get it right, 38th year delegates to the NACP convention. These are things that the NACP Youth Council members are doing. Yes, Calvin.
Yes, Mom. First of all, I want to say good morning to you. And I know that everyone out there is set back and they relax these first few minutes of the program because that's the way it's going to be today. We have some exciting things that we're going to be talking about, especially the happenings at Freedom Center, especially knowing that Mr. Gates is back in town. That makes for a very special day. Welcome home, Brother Gates. And just exciting things will be happening. I'm looking forward to,
well, we went
going
to
about
Mr. Gates' church.
Uh-oh.
And I want to tell you, the
Sunday,
Tabitha Baptist Church, the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants on the 18th, on Father's Day, was at Tabitha Baptist Church. I've never seen anything like it. Cal, you know how many people joined church?
That was the most amazing sight that I've seen. I think the last time I saw that many people join was when Billy Graham was in town.
They had 17 people to join church last Sunday after that Father's Day sermon. And I was just shocked.
That was quite a sermon.
17.
And, all of the contestants and the pages and the members of the staff that attended, there were over 100 of us that attended Tabitha Baptist Church, and we were welcomed there with such wide open arms and such hospitality. But then the biggest shock was seeing how many people joined that church
that Sunday. And they say that happens every Sunday.
Well, I look forward to going back again. But then, good things happen at good places. Tabitha's just another one. Almost. Tabitha's another one of the good churches here in the Oklahoma City area.
Okay, but some of the churches are decreasing in attendance and memberships.
Well, you certainly can't say that about Tabitha.
You sure can't, because
way.
that church was full, and we would like to thank everybody. And everybody's asking questions about churches and why is it that some churches memberships are increasing and some are decreasing. They said once upon a time Avery Chapel AME Church was one of the largest attendant churches in Oklahoma City. But what about now? I don't know, but you would have to ask the Averyites. You will also have to ask people from other churches. In the meantime, we have contacted churches and we have asked a question. We have asked the churches in this town and the people to help send delegates to the NACP's National Convention, which will be held in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have asked that. Well, I'm waiting. I'm expecting a very important call from Miss Black, Oklahoma. Miss Black, Oklahoma, I can tell you this. She comes from Oklahoma University. And for the second time in the history of the pageants, Miss Black, Oklahoma is from Oklahoma University. The first one was that beautiful, talented Stormy Carr, who is now in Florida. So many good things happen as a result of the pageant, and I would like for those fine escorts, I mean those handsome escorts, those dignified escorts, to know how much we appreciate them. And certainly I'm happy to report to you, as a result of participating in the pageant, we had 4 escorts that have been hired to positions that they have dreamed about. What a day. And we'll be telling you, because we will be talking to the escorts when we return back. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and I'm waiting on Miss Black, Oklahoma. What a pleasure to represent men and women of all creeds and colors. And today I'm going to spend some time telling you about the programs of Miss Black, Oklahoma. I'm going to tell you about the people that have participated in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. And then I'm going to ask you for your help. You know, when we went down to sign up for the 1996 Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, we found out that next year it cannot be held at the Myriad Convention Center because as part of the MAPS program, they will be down there changing everything, and they will be restructuring the Myriad Convention Center. So if you know of a place that you would recommend, you can always call me 424-3949, or you can call me at 672-1220. It's time to celebrate, and certainly we are going to celebrate. Now listen, you are invited tomorrow to Freedom Center to salute Miss Black, Oklahoma. All of the past We are inviting the past contestants, the past winners, and tomorrow the pages will receive their trophies. We did not give them to them other night because of the time element, but we ask all pages to be at Freedom Center tomorrow, all dressed up and ready to go from 4 to 6. Now, this is very, very important. Many of you have called me by participating in the about participating in the page program and the escort program. Remember, the rules are changing because we are having to change places. We are having to change a lot of things. So all I can say, if you can find some of the pages that want to drop out, and maybe they do, then we will have more vacancies. And those of you, and many of you, don't like the rules of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant because the rules are so simple. Just three: discipline, discipline, discipline. We want you to know. We want you to know that we are not going to change our rules, and we're going to want you to remember us for one thing, and that is because we are fair. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Yes, this is Miss Black Oklahoma, Bashira Ahmed.
Are you a who?
Miss Black Oklahoma, Bashira Ahmed.
You are the real 1995 Miss Black Oklahoma?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's talk about you. You're the winner. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
You won in Oklahoma. You won at Oklahoma University. Is that true?
Yes, that's true also.
Tell me about that pageant. How many did you compete against?
In the pageant at the University of Oklahoma, I competed against 5 other girls, and the other girls were also from the university.
And you won.
Yes, I did.
Did you win Miss Congeniality?
Yes, I did. I won that at the OU pageant.
Okay, and then you must have been excited because you were going to state.
I was very excited at that time. I didn't expect to win that pageant, so it was a shock, but I was quite pleased.
All right, and then you came to Oklahoma City.
Yes.
What did you think of the state pageant?
I enjoyed the state pageant immensely. It was a lot larger than my other pageant, so I was a little nervous at first, but soon the staff and the pages and everyone put me at ease, and I had a great time, and I learned a great deal.
Oh, you learned something at the pageant.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay, now who were your roommates at the pageant?
My roommates at the pageant were Christina Thompson, and she represented Oklahoma City. My other roommate was Lynette Roberts, and she represented Langston University. And my other roommate was Deanna Williams, and her title was Miss Oklahoma County.
How did you enjoy the fellowship between the young ladies?
The fellowship was wonderful. Out of this pageant, I probably gained about 3 really good friends that I didn't have before. All the contestants got along wonderfully. We didn't have any big fights at all. Honestly, no one really disagreed to a great extent. With the staff, we had a wonderful relationship. We also had a wonderful relationship with the escorts and also with the younger pages.
What do you think of the page program?
I think the page program is excellent. One of the reasons being is that a lot of people think that African American youth are not doing anything positive. They think that they're not excelling in school, that they're just sitting at home basically wasting their lives away. And the PAGE program shows that that is not true at all. These young children were doing a lot of the same activities we were, and they range from ages 4 all the way to 17, and it was very inspiring to see youth that young doing something so positive.
All right, now let's go to the night of the PAGE. Now let's talk about some of the activities, the speakers and things that and activities before the pageant. What did you think of that reception that was given by Marilyn Hildreth of Allstate Insurance Company?
The reception given by Mrs. Hildreth was wonderful. It was different from anything that I've ever experienced. I've never been to that type of thing, in that type of atmosphere. All the contestants we have a chance to put on our semi-formals and come out. We got a chance to perform for Allstate, and we got a chance to meet a lot of people in the community that during the pageant we otherwise would not have had a chance to meet. We also had a chance to meet some positive corporate people in the community also.
Okay, you had also had the opportunity to throw a big picnic at Lake Clara. What did you think of my beautiful lake?
Lake Clara is beautiful. I would like everyone to know that Mrs. Luper has a beautiful lake in her backyard, and she has wonderful fish in there. They're very colorful, very tropical type of fish, and I enjoyed myself. We had a great dinner, And we had a lot of barbecue, a lot of fun, and everyone just enjoyed themselves.
Okay, now let's talk about Saturday night when the MCs announced the winner. What did you think at that moment?
My first thought was, oh my God, I won. And honestly, when they called first runner up, I thought I had lost, and it was okay with me because everyone in the pageant, I feel, did fantastic, did their best, so it was okay with me. So I really was shocked because I didn't expect to win at that time. So I was extremely happy, very excited, and overall just overwhelmed pretty much at that time.
All right, so you have won the pageant. You are now Miss Black Oklahoma, and so far you have received $1,000 from the Eva Knights Scholarship Fund, and
Yes.
that was quite an honor. And Eva Knight was our first Miss Brunsville. That's a prelude to the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, and she came from Virginia to train you in modeling. What do you think of her?
Miss Eva Knight is wonderful. She helped us personally in the time that she could have been sleeping or resting for herself. She worked with us individually on our talents, on our swimsuits, on our modeling in general. She's a very sweet woman. I would like to think of her as a friend now. And she's also very, very generous because she did not have to bring that scholarship, but she did because I think she realized the importance of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant.
Now, your gifts have just started. You also will receive a gift from Freddie Stevens Scholarship, Mr. and Mrs. William Hunter. Oh, I could go on down the list. You will receive a scholarship from Allstate Insurance Company. But the main thing, you are going to Minneapolis, Minnesota next Thursday, leaving at 4 p.m. How do you feel about that?
I am so excited. I've already got my wardrobe out and I'm ready to go. This will be my first time going to an NAACP convention. I'm ready. I'm ready to represent myself. I'm ready to meet other African Americans in the nationwide community. And I can't wait to get on that plane or on that bus.
Okay, you will be leaving Oklahoma City on July 6th at 4 p.m. You're to show up at 3 p.m. and you're to load up at 3:30 p.m. You will be in Wichita, Kansas at 7 p.m. And you know the NACP's convention trip's always a historic trip. You will go to Kansas City, Missouri, and then on to Demon's Iowa. Then you will have breakfast in Faribault, Minnesota. You will arrive in Minneapolis, Minnesota at 9 a.m. and check in at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. You will assist in helping to get the kids registered for AXO, and then at 1 o'clock, you and the whole Oklahoma City delegation will go to the largest shopping center in the world, according to Minnesotians. The convention on July the 8th through the 13th, and you will be back in Oklahoma City on July the 14th, approximately at 3 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
Now, there are a large number of delegates that will be going with you, and I would like to say today, as our people come up to support the youth, they will be helping young people to go to the national convention. And Miss Black Oklahoma, for 37 years, I have taken busloads of young people to the NACP National Convention. The only thing that has changed is their names, and I would like to call the names of those that I know will be going. Alicia Hildred, the president; Thais Ray, the secretary; Crystal Gaston, the treasurer; Tanisha Watson; Cremishula Cross; Shade Roberts; Antoinette Jackson; Kia Hornby; Latoya Dokes; Shanice Giss; Nicole Moore; Monique Whitaker; Megan Kearney; Brittany and Brandy Red; and Latrell Bellows; David Fowler; Mr. the one and only Mr. Jackson. You heard him speak at the judges' dinner. And Cameron Miles. The adults that I know are going are Leola Ford, Gloria Matthews, Wilma Ray, Bosie Walker, Merlin Hildred, Calvin Luper, Sandra Mitchell, Nala Jewel Phillips. And that will be the gang that you will travel with, and it will be a historical trip. Okay?
Yes, thank you very much. That sounds wonderful.
And then you will have the opportunity to attend one of the most historical conventions ever. And this is going to be a tight convention. And people calling and they want to know what's going to happen to the NACP. And I want you to be fair, call the federal government and ask what's going to happen to our federal government because we are trillions of dollars in the hole. Call other organizations and you will find that the NACP is going to live. Miss Black Oklahoma, are you preparing yourself for the national convention, national competition?
Yes, I am, Mrs. Luper.
Or what are you doing?
To prepare myself for the national convention, I've begun working on my projection category. I have also begun working on my talent a little bit more. And I've been working on my interviewing skills, and also I have been looking around for evening gowns for my evening wear competition.
Are you doing any reading?
Yes, I am. In fact, I went to Ralph Ellison Library on the Monday following the pageant, and I checked out 30 books on African
How many
American figures.
books?
30.
Are you going to read those books?
Yes, I am.
Well, now, what will be your platform during this year?
My platform this year will be promoting the performing arts.
Why did you select that as a platform?
I select this topic as a platform because I've always been involved in the performing arts. I've been dancing since the age of 6, and I've been playing the piano since the age of 7. So the arts have always been a very important part of my life, and I would like to share that with our African American community.
And you're going to have to share it not only with the African American.
My mother, Joy Ahmed, she's a counselor at Putnam City High School, and she's one of their senior counselors right now.
Okay, well, you tell her that I need to talk to her, please.
I'll do that.
Ask her to call me. Well, I'll see you at Freedom Center. You will be there today, and tomorrow you'll be honored from 4 to 6, and I want you to invite all of your friends to come out and see you. Okay?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Luper.
Well, thank you.
Bye-bye.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Black, Oklahoma. Are you proud of her? Oh, I don't know, but I know one thing. I am proud of it. And everybody call me and say I always talk about my kids. Why don't you talk about yours? I had the honor to be the mother of over 75 young people last week. And boy, I was a good mother. I know they would tell you that. Marilyn? Hello? Hello?
Oh, Saturday morning. Hello?
Yes, Marilyn.
How are you this beautiful Saturday morning?
Oh, I'm so happy because Monday's coming and your picture's going to go up. Where will it be?
On 35th and Kelly. I'm really excited.
On 35th?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
And you'll be able to see the billboard from 36th and Kelly and at the busy intersection, either way you're going.
I guess I'll go over there and park and watch the sign go up. Okay, Marilyn, I would like to thank you for your participation in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. I would like to thank you for that fabulous reception. And Shelley was so happy that she said she was really proud to be your co-MC.
Shelley did a great job. We miss Nancy so much, and it just seems like when you've been doing the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, MC for the pageant, I think the pageant was wonderful, but I still miss Nancy too.
Okay, we all miss Nancy, and Nancy has been ill, as you know, but her aunt died in Missouri, and she was there on last Saturday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Marilyn, I understand that you are over AXO, and you're trying to get in contact with David Starks. Is that correct?
I'm trying to get in contact with David Starks. I need him very badly to call me at 427-8399, and I'm also trying to get in contact with Cooper.
Okay, you are interested in the young man.
The young man that performed during the Black History program at their church.
What kind of instrument did he play?
He played a saxophone.
And you are interested in a saxophonist from the Prospect Baptist Church?
Right, I don't know the young man's name. I got it then. I misplaced the card that he had written his name on it, but he's one of the best saxophone players I've seen. I need to see him, and I'm interested in finding a young man, a young woman here in Oklahoma City that is in sculpture and art. And need them to call me or come by Freedom Center this today before 12 o'clock. If you know someone in your church or organizations that a young person that's good in sculpture, painting, or a young person that is into the sciences like biology, chemistry, physics, and have their science projects, let me know.
Okay, we really do that. And certainly they may call me out here, 672-1220.
Yes, have them to call you out there now because desperately I'm looking for young people that want to do and have been applying themselves. I want to see them and I want to talk to them today.
Okay.
Urgent call. I'm on a mission.
Okay.
I'm on a mission to find the most talented young people here in Oklahoma City today.
Okay. Nancy Watson, who was the first runner-up in the Miss Popularity contest, will also be going to Minneapolis, Minnesota with us.
Great.
I know you're thrilled to death.
Yes. And let me tell you something about the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant.
Tell me quickly.
We had... every year I say this, but it was something very special about the young people, the escorts, the pages, and the contestants. Great to work with. My hat goes off to the parents because I know if it had not been for them, none of this would have been possible. And to the staff of Miss Black Oklahoma, excellent, excellent, excellent.
Yes, and to that security group, we would like to
thank God for that security group we have.
They are number one.
That's right.
And we would like to thank Sheriff Sharp and his entire team.
And I would like to take this opportunity to say thanks to your radio listening audience for their support with Miss Black Oklahoma. Not only that, I want to thank them for their support. They come into the office, they come out, take out insurance. They've been my customers for years. I just want to say thank you. And if you need any other insurance, give me a call at 843-0811. We have life insurance, homeowners, auto, any type of insurance is sold in the state of Oklahoma, commercial. We're really specializing in the commercial aspect. Give me a call. I want to be your agent.
Well, certainly, that's great. If you want to be, you're my agent, and you're a good one. And I know Miss Hunter's on the line, and you are her agent?
Yes, yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank all of you, and today I would like to thank you for buying catfish dinner and chicken dinner.
Oh, I would like to challenge you on the catfish because I've been selling some catfish dinners.
Marilyn, you know you cannot beat me.
So listen. I'm starting ahead in this race.
And
today.
Mrs. Gloria Matthews is already, and at 11 o'clock she will be delivering chicken dinners. Well, let's hear from Mrs. Hunter.
Okay.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you.
And you're going to Minneapolis. Okay. Hello? Hello? Hello, Mrs. Hunter.
Why, hi, how are you doing? And hello to the radio audience.
Oh, I'm doing fine, and I want to compliment you, and I want you to tell me about that breakfast, that Lady Ruth Hunter's breakfast.
Oh, you know, my breakfast is always the breakfast out of sight, and because I had the red roses, and I prepared roses, I prepared little corsages for the pages out of red roses, and for their sponsors. And then for the contestants, I had the stem roses that was in glasses, which was served as a little base, and it was a souvenir for the contestants and their advisors. And I had a song that when they came in to the breakfast, I was all decorated all over with red roses everywhere on the tables and on the counters and on the walls. We just had red roses every place. And my roses were put in chimneys, as if roses were growing out of a chimney. That was for all of the table decorations. And then I had a song, they'll be carrying red roses when they come. And all the girls came marching in, holding these red roses by the stem where that they had. And it was a beautiful thing to see them come in with all of them holding these roses up. And as they went to their tables and placed them on the table, it was just like a big rose garden when they placed them on the table. It was just beautiful. It was out of sight.
Okay, now there were some beautiful breakfasts. Mrs. Leola Ford had a breakfast and had the state president of the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Rush, to speak. There was Mr. Moore from the Baptist Hospital that spoke there.
Oh, don't talk about the speakers, Mrs. Luper, because I had Mrs. Moham. Mrs. Moham has been a counselor at Douglas High School for many, many years. So a lot of people know Mrs. Moham, Lavinia Moham. She was my breakfast speaker. And she spoke very, very well, I felt. Gave the girls a lot of food for thought.
There were some great speakers out there, and I was so proud of the Gloria Matthews breakfast. Did you see Gloria
You
Matthews?
know,
Gloria had on a pink dress, and it was beaded like, and roses were all over. I'm talking about roses all over
oh
that dress.
yeah, you know, she always have a elegant decorations, and then she has a lot of it. So
And she gave roses to everybody, and among the people there was our own Brother Mutes and his lovely wife, who just returned from a tour of the Holy Land.
oh,
It was
wasn't that
quite
wonderful? Wasn't that wonderful? It
interesting.
was just beautiful. We had a beautiful pageantry week, and I'm sorry other people didn't come out to visit our breakfast because that is a big feature for the day, the Monday through Friday's breakfast. And then the thing that ties it off is that Saturday's Great Iron breakfast. That's the thing that you really.
Boy, they really talked about Clara Luper, didn't they?
I'm telling you, I am telling you.
But they had a right to talk about me because those are my kids, and I'm very proud of them. And did you know, as a result of that pageant, so far, we've had, I think it's 4 of our young people to get jobs.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? But
And
Ms. Luper, that's one thing I can say about the pageant. We have always been fortunate to have girls to get jobs, wonderful travel experiences. Because I can remember the girl from Guthrie who got a wonderful job. Oh my goodness, I can't think of her name.
Glover.
Glover, the Glover girl. Then I think of Eva Knight, who has just gone on and on and on. You can show blacks what they can do. Then I'm thinking about the little girl from Shawnee Greer. We had such tremendous travel experience.
And Mrs. Deborah Jackson told me yesterday that she has hired not only young men from the escort program, but a young lady who was in the pageant last year. We'll be telling you more about this when we get back. But Lady Ruth, I just want to ask you a question. Do you think the citizens, the churches in Oklahoma City are going to help us send our young people, all 20 of them, to the National Convention in Minneapolis?
Sure I do, Mrs. Luper, sure. Because I feel like this. If we can spend the kind of money that I heard last night that they were spending on Stanford, I am sure that these churches say, if they can do that for a man who had committed murder and killed that many people, surely we can send our young people. And this is what it's going to take. We've got to become interested in our young people and let them see what the other side of the world is doing. This is why I like to go on those trips so much, because I like to meet the kids from all over the state and give our kids some inspiration, especially at the EXO program. Oh, them 2,500 people, kids, that's there and presenting their talent, showing the Olympic of the mind. 2,500. I can't believe it.
But you saw it, and you know it's a fact.
I saw it. We all didn't hardly have a seat for the adults because all the kids were there. But they had wonderful talent, and it's something to behold. So, sure, they're going to help send our kids there because they want them to come off the streets. They don't want them to shoot guns. And this is one way that they can prove I want them to do something else, and we're interested in helping them to see the better things in life. Have to go.
Well, thank you so very kindly.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Calvin,
Yes,
you know,
Mom.
I've had a lot of people come to me and say, oh, Miss Luper, you made a mistake in your souvenir book. You didn't do this. And I said, you're exactly right. I made a mistake. And I apologize for my mistakes, but that's all I can do is apologize. And one thing, if I would tell you, don't fool with Clara Luper because Clara Luper is not perfect.
Well, that's an understatement, you know, because you made more than one mistake in there.
Oh, yes.
But, you know, one mistake that wasn't made was that you held the pageant. It was a beautiful pageant. It's exciting. And I want to remind everyone that on display at the Freedom Center, we have photographs of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, the 24th annual.
The
26th annual Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. And invite you to come by there while you're enjoying your dinner, catfish dinner or chicken dinner today, or while you're looking around the monument. Come in and look at those beautiful pictures, and you will be able to see the flavor and to feel the flavor of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant.
Not only that, we will have Miss Black Oklahoma shirts on sale, and they are so beautiful because on the back of those shirts, what does it say?
It says, only God knows the mystery of the rose. that was the theme of the pageant, and it was exciting to hear the speakers every day go to the try to explain that. But I know the best meal that we all had was the meal that Mrs. Stell and I did at
Who was your
Stell's restaurant.
Who was your speaker?
My speaker was none other than a young lady who ran for lieutenant governor and lost, and that's Mrs. Diamond, and she was
Nancy
exciting.
Diamond
Nancy
from
Diamond, yes, she
Shawnee.
was exciting, and she was good. And one thing about it, all of the young ladies paid strict attention to her. The pages did, the contestants did, the escorts, all of us was packed there in Stell's restaurant. But we had a great time, and we left there just full of enthusiasm, looking and getting ready for that big Saturday night pageant.
Well, Coco Thomas and Nicole West were out of sight. They were the youngest pages, and they taught us a lot of lessons. We love them, and we are looking forward to their growth for next year. Those of you that have any ideas for the pageant and you want to participate, let us know now, because in August it will be too late. We are now making plans for the 1995-96 Miss Black Oklahoma, which will probably be held on June 22nd, 1996. We don't know where, but we know it will be somewhere.
Mom, I challenge you to pronounce the Miss Black Oklahoma his name.
No, you do it.
Bashir Ahmad.
Oh, what did you
Okay.
think of her?
I love her. She was just fantastic to work with. Her talent was out of sight. Her personality during the entire week was just amazing. And we take the girls through a lot of changes there during the course of the week. But then what really happened was that some of them stand out more than others. Some of them can stand the strain of the pageantry, and Bashir Ahmad was one of those. And it showed. She learned her lessons well, and she did extremely well. I'm extremely proud of her, not only because I know her father and her mother, but because she goes to OU, Oklahoma University.
Calvin, you can really shift gears. First, you start out, you just congratulate, and you're excited about all of the contestants, and now you're all behind Miss Black Oklahoma.
Well, that's the way all the contestants are. That's the way the Miss Black Oklahoma staff is.
And I was so proud of the first runner-up from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Jamie Harris, the second runner-up, Miss Thompson, Miss Black Oklahoma City. In fact, I was proud of all of my children because they were out of sight. And people say, Miss Luper is so mean. If I'm so mean, then explain to me how we feel the merit if I'm so mean. But you know what? I love you in spite of everything that you say. And I want you to go on and talk about me. I want you to talk about me to such an extent that you will come up to Freedom Center and buy some of that delicious catfish. Those of you that want souvenirs of the 1995 Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, you can pick up a shirt at Freedom Center. You can pick up a cup as a reminder. And if you don't support your own, who will? Well, calls are coming in. Mrs. Deborah Jackson says she's going to help us send the kids to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mrs. Lula Smith say, I'm with you all of the way, and we are sending our support, even though Javon, who was Miss Black Oklahoma 94, has to go out of town. I just want you to know that we are with you. The letters that have gone out, the message is clear. We need your support. Now, what else are you going to do at Freedom Center, Clara? Let me tell you something. Mr. Charlie Spriggs has started on a memorial of our own. We don't have to go through the governor. We don't have to go through anybody. We're going to put our own memorial. It's going to be a picture of one of our outstanding advisors, one that is really a rose. I speak of her as is because Cheryl Fowler shall always be a part of us. Cheryl Fowler was the finest example of a rose who served as a state page promoter with an unassuming yet passionate and dignified love for children and people. She stayed focused on God's great work, serving others. She was our mountain of hope, our arsenal of faith, our river of strength. She was our artist, designer, and training. And we thank God for her memory. And that comes from all of us that worked with Miss Black Oklahoma. Yes, Cheryl Fowler's picture will be on that monument. And Mr. Charlie Spriggs will be working. Ronnie will be putting up those little plaques. And we need your support. Now, we're going to win it. And some of you say, well, Miss Luper, I can't help you. Well, why don't you pass by that day and leave a penny if that's all you're able to do? Hello?
Miss Luper, how are you
Yes.
this morning?
Oh, I'm fine this morning.
Well, I'm just calling to tell all my friends out there to come and buy some catfish dinners today.
How about some chicken dinners?
Well, I've sold them out, Miss Luper.
You have sold out of
I sure
chicken
have.
dinners
And I
already?
didn't only fix. I fixed enough for 10 people that ordered
And you have
them,
already sold out
and
of
I'm on my
chicken
way to
dinners?
deliver them.
Okay.
I'm making spare 2 more. I'm not sure if anybody called for one, but I'm just fixing to get started on delivering to deliver them. The catfish I have. I've been calling the Freedom Center, tell them I need 12 catfish dinners.
You need 12 catfish
Yes, I
dinners.
need to deliver them by
Well,
7:30.
I know how my friends are. And they aren't going to let anybody beat me selling catfish dinners or anything
I
else.
would like to say if Loretta McLean is listening this morning, I certainly would like for her. She used to be one of my catfish buyers, so I wish she would come in and buy or call in, and I'll deliver her one if she need one.
Okay.
Loretta McLean.
Well, I want those of you out in Radio Land to realize that bill, and I'm just amazed at the people. And I was so proud of Dr. Cavannah Clark, who spoke so well, a national known educator. And I was proud of Mr. James D. Moore. It was
You want me to
something.
sing?
Uh-oh.
You want me to
Maryland
hang
has... No, I still want you to hang on. Because Maryland has just called in. She has an order for 25 dinners.
Well, that's good, Miss Luper.
And I'm sure Miss Bosie Walker is going to call in, because we are very fortunate in that we had Mr. Thomas Smith to speak to us. We had Mr. Moore. We had Richard Rush, and I've already told you about him. We had... Oh, and let me talk about those judges. What did you think about those judges for Miss Black Oklahoma, Mrs.
Oh, they were just fantastic.
Dr. Gloria Griffin, who's the superintendent of Millwood Public School, Mrs. Marion Ewan, a business executive, Mrs. Dorothy Hunter, an educator from Wichita, Kansas, who left a scholarship for one of the young ladies, Mr. Joseph E. Fergus, who's president of the Communication Technologies Incorporated out of Virginia.
Tell her I have to go.
And then, I know you have to go. Well, bye, Mrs. Matthews.
Okay, Miss Luper, she's off.
Okay. Mr. W.H. Harris Jr., who left a scholarship from New York City. Mr. A. Shannon Hayes, the Vice President of Kasha's Cosmetics and Fashion Unlimited. Mr. Burley and Nero Jr., a Tinkerfield's aircraft journeyman. Oh, they look good. And I want Mr. Burley and Nero to be sure and get in contact with me, because I have some compliments that someone has asked if I would pass them on. Yes, we would like to thank all of you that advertised in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. We would like to salute Mrs. Leola Ford, who carried on, and we carried on under some odd conditions. We would like to thank Mr. Odell Smith and his staff for that souvenir booklet, and those of you that would like a copy, you can get them today at Freedom Center. Clara Luper, you're always asking for something. Why don't you ask for something? If I would ask you for a drink, you would be, up there bringing me all kind of whiskey and what have you. But I'm asking you to help the young people. They are roses. They are roses, and you cannot tell what's going to happen to those young people. Now, I'm going to stay in with them, because all of those escorts that got jobs as a result of the pageant and as a result of the discipline of the pageant those are my children. And if I need something, all I got to do is call one of them, and I know they would come to my rescue. I'm going to have them on my radio show next week. No, I'll be in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but my child will be carrying on for me next week, and I'm really proud, because you too are going to be proud. This is a time that we stop and we say thanks, and Calvin Luper would like to talk about that new grocery store on the east side of Oklahoma City. And if you love the Clara Luper Show, go in and tell our advertisers. We want you to say that we have a new grocery store on northeast Oklahoma City. And Calvin, tell me about it.
Mom, I don't have to tell you about it. Those people that they're on the east side and listen to the Clara Luper Radio Show already know that they can get a great bargain there at 36 and North Prospect at the Savers grocery store there. Say, the first person that calls me and tell me the name of the butcher there will get a free something. I don't know.
Okay, maybe a free
672.
catfish
672-1220 here at KTLV. The name of the butcher at the Price Savers grocery store located in the Northeast 36 Shopping Center.
I want you young people to come up to Freedom Center today and leave your donation. I've told you what we are doing. You can see it. You can look at the receipts. And those of you that are disturbed about what somebody else is saying and what somebody else is doing, and all I say to you is look at the truth. Somewhere it's written that you should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. If you could remember the people that came to Freedom Center, looked at that monument. If you could look at the people, Father McDowell's sister came up there, stood there, and cried. We had a young man who remembered Mrs. Crawford because she was in service. And, you cannot unfold or untell what God has for us. So I'm going to close today in the words of Dr. W.K. Jackson. We have asked you today, and we've written to the churches, including my church, and asked you to help young people to go to the National Convention. We have asked you to help them because they need your help. If you don't help them, who will? And now we have told you that we are selling catfish dinners to help to finish the monument and to send our young people. And from now on, in the words of W.K. Jackson, let God do it. Clara Luper saying, stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, and leave the cheese alone. Clara Luper reporting. Bye-bye. I do love you.
This is AM 1220, KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City.
Reverend Vernon Burris and the Christ Community Baptist Church cordially invite you to worship and share with them the Christian experience of love. The church is located at 5400 South